Right now in the live, Facebook Live, I am recording the newest episode of Unique Careers, Unique Lives podcast. And for the listeners of the podcast, this is being live broadcasted on Facebook, my Facebook page. I plan to do this live broadcast from time to time, and I would be happy if you would join me live. So I will be posting about when I will do the live broadcast, so we can also have a conversation around it. Today's topic is my book. Well, the title of the book, The Gift of Being Unfulfilled at Work. I want to share with you a bit of insight into the book and also read just very little from the book. I have been talking about this book for quite some time. I have mentioned that I was writing this book, but the ideas that I have been sharing in the podcast, Unique Careers, Unique Lives, they feed into the book. So the purpose of the book is actually for all of us to have our unique careers and unique lives. And it's for us to embrace an ever-changing life, embrace ourselves fully, know that the unfulfillment that we experience is not a desperate reality, but it's an invitation to discover who we truly are and what life is offering to us, so that we can live the life radiantly and energetically. What I recognize, what I didn't know when I was personally being unfulfilled at work, is that first I thought it was only me. I couldn't see anyone else that experienced the unfulfillment to the same extent as I was. I thought there was something wrong about me. The feeling itself was difficult, but also I couldn't express how I felt to other people, to people around me, because they couldn't understand. From outside, the job that I had was wonderful. I had all the great conditions of work. I was paid well. I had wonderful colleagues and managers. It was a good company. I had respect and I was valued. But internally, I felt the lack of meaning, and I couldn't put myself fully to the work I was doing. So this sense of loneliness in my experience and this helplessness of not being able to communicate with others, so feeling alone. Then the second experience of fear. So I don't like this, but I don't have any other idea what else I can do. How can I move past this experience? How can I move past this unfulfillment? So this big fear held me back from doing anything and colored for me this experience as a desperate reality. And of course, with the fear comes this difficulty of dealing with emotions. I was unhappy at work. I had the fear that because of the fear, I was stuck and I couldn't take any action. I didn't know. I couldn't get help from my friends. And also because of this fear and this full of emotions, I didn't have energy to search for help or do something differently. I tried to suppress my emotions to come to a level of okayness, to be able to deal with it. I distracted myself with, social media, maybe shopping, a lot of food. That's always part of my distraction. And because I distracted myself, I took the time for this distraction. And then I didn't have energy and time to look for help and way out. And of course, the distractions themselves were not something that I was seeing highly of myself. So I was judging myself also because I was distracting myself, and this judgment on top influenced my emotional state. In addition to fear, I had judgment, and like self-judgment, a bit of self-loathing, which made me need even more suppressing and even more distraction from the emotions. So there was no space for any new exploration, no real space for really feeling the pain, so that the pain itself leads to something, leads to a certain, yes, enough, I'm doing something about it. I couldn't do that as well. So that was the unfulfillment experience that I had. And I thought that's always going to be like this. But being at the other end, or going through this experience, I now know that there are enormous gifts of being unfulfilled at work, hence the title of my book. I will not count the gifts here, but I can tell you that going to this unfulfillment and going to this pain, when you feel pain, something is touching you, something is tapping on you. And what it taps on, if you look there, you will see something either vulnerable that wants to be strengthened, or something that you were not aware of. And now with this pain, you are recognizing, oh, I have a shoulder. I have this part that is important to me. It hurts. Now I recognize. So these two things, getting aware of what you didn't know and getting aware of what wants to be developed, what is vulnerable, is creating the basis of the gifts. What you don't know is actually the invitation of letting yourself off the hook. All the choices you have made based on what you knew. And every experience that you are having that is unfulfilling is because you didn't know. And probably you couldn't know. Now that you are in this place of, I didn't know, but now I know, what will you do with this knowing? So you don't have to keep being unfulfilled, but you can recognize, okay, so I didn't know this because I never considered this. Now I know this. What is the next question for me? So that awareness is the huge gift. The other part that is recognizing, oh, there's something vulnerable here, is actually inviting us to develop ourselves, to become fully who we are. Lots of gifts there that I mentioned in the book. It's about becoming more compassionate about yourself. It's discovering your strengths, your values. It's about developing assertiveness, developing patience, developing confidence, assertion, discipline, ability to let go. I think I already counted maybe all of them. I said I'm not going to count, but I counted. So all these qualities are what was vulnerable, what hurt you. And now that you know that hurt, you recognize, something is here. And that being with and then looking at it and practicing it and doing something about it is making you become who you are called to become. This journey, when you open your eyes, open your mind and heart, rather than ignoring, rather than suppressing, rather than judging yourself for feeling like this about your work, if you consciously open, listen, understand what it is that you know, what it is that you don't know, what is calling you to get to know more, what is calling you to practice, becomes a journey to find the treasure. But the thing is, there is no final treasure. The journey itself, or in every step, you are finding the treasure. That's very similar to life, because I think in life we are also experiencing ups and downs, difficulties, happiness, all to transform ourselves into this precious material thing, energy source that we are. And there's nothing good or bad, but it's about the awareness, the being with the experience that allows us to live life fully. And when you are unfulfilled, then you have no other choice than pay attention. So if you had maybe a mad job that you weren't really unfulfilled, you might have gotten lazy. The eyes might have gotten lazy and not seeing what was happening. But because you are unfulfilled, now you are paying attention. You are paying attention to what is important to you. You are paying attention to your world. You are paying attention to people. And this paying attention actually shows you all the dynamics, all the vital things of life, not only work, but life. So that's the biggest, one of the biggest points is that why do we work? Work is not something separate from life. Work is part of our life. And I redefine what work is in the book. It's not only something we do for money, it's about us doing something, giving our energy and attention for either shaping something. So we are shaping a material or transforming. Our energy is transforming into a material, or our energy is influencing others. So something from inside of us goes outside with love. And because we either love the doing of it, of the work, or we love what is impacted by our work. So work is love being materialized. So that's how I define work. So work can be paid, but also unpaid, but it is your work. So your work is very connected to your life. Your work is you bringing yourself into life and impacting others through it. Here I want to read a bit from the book about the importance of your work. Why is work important? Before we ask this, we should first inquire, why is life important? Oops, my screen closed. These things are wonderful that happens during the life, but no problem, it's life. Why is life important? Really, why are we in this life? This question should be answered individually. Here are my thoughts. I believe we are here to uncover what we have deep within. Stoics call it daemon, the divine seed. Buddhists call it the Buddha nature, and teach that we all have pure wisdom within us. We are all Buddha. We have wisdom, but through our education, societal conditioning, and our own ignorance, we forget our essence and create a new construct of self to fit our environment. The self becomes our precious dress. We care about our dress so much that we avoid anything that may damage it and invite anything that will make it more beautiful and visible. But if we are honest, the dress, though beautiful, never really fit well. And because of this, as we proceed through life, a button pops off here, the cloth gets ripped there, and the dress gets ruined. This damage is actually good news. If we can stop crying or rushing to fix it, we can see the light coming through the cracks and get glimpses of what is underneath, our true essence. This essence has always been there with us, but it takes rips and tears to see it. The experiences that are challenging and painful enable us to see what is deep within. They become the sources of self-discovery. This is what I hope for you. I hope you will do with this book. Look deeply into your dissatisfaction and trace it back to who you are called to become. You open this book because of the pain you experience through work. And yes, pain is part of your experience, but it's not the title of your story. Your story can continue with discovery. You can choose your next work to align with your true nature. Follow the little clues, the activities that thrill you, the people who inspire you, the causes you believe in, the things you spend the most time doing, the activities where you judge yourself the most. These insights direct you to your work. So that is a little piece from the book, from my book, The Gift of Being Unfulfilled at Work. And I am curious what you think when you read this book. I wrote this book for people who are feeling desperate, in feeling unfulfilled and not seeing a way out. But I want to tell to those people, or if it's you, I want to tell you that this unfulfillment is an invitation to you to be fully yourself and to live a fulfilling, radiant, energizing life. And I know from my experience that this journey is not gone alone. In this journey that I also mentioned in the book, you need allies. And you will find allies. It's one of the gifts. The discoveries, the power, the energy comes from being together and having the support. I would like to create a space for this support. I would like to invite you to a workshop that I'm hosting for you, for the people whom this idea of the gift of being unfulfilled at work is meaningful. This workshop will not be open for sale, but it will be a gift to those people who buy the book. The workshop will take place on 17th of April. I hope I'm saying it correct. It's a Sunday. And in Munich time, it's going to be at 4 p.m. I desired this to be a retreat. So it's going to be 3 hours where we will be together, taking time off from regular life, day-to-day life, and to really be with ourselves, with each other in this journey. And we will be reflecting, you will be reflecting with others and we together about your experience, your gifts, your learnings. Well, the workshop is called Unwrap Your Gifts. So you will be starting to unwrap your own gifts. You will be doing it with others. And through this exchange, through your self-reflection and sharing with others, you will find inspiration and courage. The tickets for this workshop you can get through filling a form in my website. I will share the link also in the show notes, but you can find it on my website, isiluysal.com. It's my name and surname, first surname, /unwrap. There you will see information about the workshop, and when you scroll down, you will see a form. I have one question to you in the form, apart from your name and email address, about the book, something that I mentioned inside the book. And when you answer this question, when you fill the form, I will send you the invitation to this workshop. I am really looking forward to seeing you in the workshop. And I'm also looking forward to hearing your thoughts about your own journey, about the book, about what the book gave you about your own journey, and anything you want to share. You can get your ticket by first buying the book if you haven't yet bought your own copy. You can do so on Amazon. And again, the link I'm going to share in the show notes or in the notes if you are watching from the live broadcast on Facebook. And after getting your copy, please go to my website again, isiluysal.com/unwrap, and fill the form and you will get your invitation. That's it for this week. We have talked about the book, The Gift of Being Unfulfilled at Work, that came out as the Kindle version. The print version is coming soon. for your questions, for your feedback. I'm always at your service. You can send me an email at hello@isiluysal.com or just get in touch with me in one of the social media platforms. Looking forward to talking with you soon. Take care.